Magna Beam!
What?
Magna Beam!
What?
Magna Beam!
Happy Halloween, Rangers! Well, not yet, but welcome to another Power Rangers Dino Charge episode review. Yep, just a normal, perfectly ordinary, run-of-the-mill episode review. What's that? Oh, the mask! Well, the Rangers are celebrating Halloween this week, so I figured I'd do something to participate myself. But don't worry, I've got something better planned for when it actually is Halloween. But before we get started, I wanted to touch on something that was recently mentioned by Bruno of MMPR Toys. I've made a point of saying that I try to respond to as many YouTube comments as I can, but sometimes I can't. Literally. I don't know if this is a settings thing on YouTube or if it's just old YouTube accounts that haven't been connected to Google+, but sometimes people will leave me really good questions, really good comments about the episode, and there's literally no reply link. There's no way for me to reply. Now, when this happens, I will usually try to make a new comment with the person's name, try to tag them, and respond to them. But it might be a good idea for you guys to go ahead and check your settings, because the odds are, if you leave me a comment, I'm going to respond. Alright, let's get spooky. It is time to review the 15th, the 21st, more on that in a bit, episode of Dino Charge, The Ghostest with the Mostest. We start with the baddies. Wrench has repurposed Fury's charging station in order to revive monsters. They revived Duplicon, who you might remember was the one that could create clones. But they don't seem to have any sort of ingenious plan in mind. Sledge is just tired of losing bounties and wanted to get one back. Duplicon tries to escape the ship that collides with Curio near the cells. This gets the attention of another one of the monsters, Memorella. And can I just take a second to point out that in a season that's given us names like Cavity, Gold Digger, Bones, that this episode gives us two of the better monster names that we've gotten thus far? Anyway, she hits Sledge with a memory beam and then taunts him for losing the Energems. He threatens to throw them both in the deep freeze, I'm guessing solitary confinement? But the two quickly hatch a plan together. Memorella can scan the memories of a Ranger, and then Duplicon can turn her into one of the Rangers, helping to infiltrate the lab. Meanwhile, the Rangers are getting ready for the museum's Halloween party. All of the Rangers are dressed as ghosts. It turns out that Chase made his own costume and loved it so much that he made one for all of them as well. How convenient. Kendall is dressed as Cupid, and she's certainly hit me with her arrow. Listen, I'm not even trying to hide it anymore. Kendall is just beautiful. Hashtag Ranger Crush? Maybe so. Anyway, her costume was inspired by a brand new Dino Charger. Dino Charger number 14, the Dino Cupid Charger, is powered by the Styracosaurus. As the name would imply, it makes anybody who is hit by it fall in love with the first thing that they see. This is starting to bend the scientific angle a little bit. How exactly does a fossil make you fall in love with someone? Anyway, as the party is kicking off, it quickly becomes clear how confusing it is to have 6 Rangers all in the same costume. Kendall calls Coda Tyler, and he responds with a friendly, "It Coda, Kendall." Funny enough, being a costume party, Memorella simply walks in the front door. Kendall does give her a funny look, but doesn't say anything. As one of the Rangers goes to get a cup of water, Memorella zaps them and leads them to a warehouse room away from the party. The piñata had just been broken, so nobody noticed. Kendall gets a signal on her Dinocom that there's alien DNA present at the party, and that the message is 20 years old. Yeah, Kendall, you have to set it to most recent, otherwise the new posts get all mixed in with the older ones. She takes a look at the security cam footage and sees Memorella, Duplicon, and Curio leading one of the Rangers away. She calls the Rangers to the lab. When the Rangers arrive, she counts them all up and finds out that there are all 6. Since the security cam makes it clear that one of the Rangers was kidnapped and the ghost costume keeps her from knowing which one, all she knows at this point is that one of the 6 is a fake. She collects the energems and puts them in a case for safekeeping. She then lays that case right on the desk that the Rangers are going to be sitting at, open. Anyway, she decides the best way to find out who the fake is to administer a lie detector test, asking them about their specific memories as Rangers. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have Dino Charge's first clip show. As the Rangers are quizzed on their memories, we see flashbacks of those memories. They didn't really pick the best ones either. Riley's quizzed on the first time he met Tyler and Shelby, and we get a flashback to that incredibly weird car crash scene that made me wonder all over again how somebody involved in a car crash could be trapped underneath a flipped car. Coda raises an eyebrow when he asks, "Is that right, Miss Morgan?" Chase also arouses suspicion by being a goofball, of course, but also forgetting for a moment the Dino gas charger. Pleasant memories of Rexy farting on Duplicon and Fake Fury. But no liars so far. Then it falls to Shelby, and she's really nervous about it. Kendall asks her why she dressed up like a princess. "I really like princesses." Strike 1, as Coda points out that she hates them. "I really liked the outfit." Strike 2, as Riley points out that she hated the outfit even more. She finally tells them that it was to get the Terra Charger back, and we see that memory. That's what the Rangers wanted to hear. Too bad that's also a lie, and the machine points out as much, calling her a fake. Shelby insists, though, that she's real. The Rangers move to attack, with Coda asking, "What should we do with Monster, Miss Morgan?" And that was all that Kendall needed to hear. She believes Shelby, giving her back her energem, so she knows who the fake is. But just to make it clear for the audience, a ghost comes tumbling down the slide. It is Coda, who managed to escape from being tied up because Duplicon and Curio wanted to go trick-or-treating, comic relief, blah blah blah. Remember, the lie detector was just that, a lie detector. Memorella had absorbed Coda's memories, so she was always telling the truth. Of course, it would stand to reason that Kendall could have just asked all of the Rangers if they were who they said they were, and it should have been able to tell if they were lying about that. But anyway. So, how did Kendall know? Coda called her Miss Morgan twice. Coda always calls her Kendall. And kudos to the writers, he actually does so once in the episode before getting kidnapped. Funny little side note, I actually had Coda pegged as the fake, but for the wrong reason. When preview images and videos were released for this episode, I noticed that Coda was wearing shoes. I don't remember Coda ever wearing shoes, so I figured that that was the sign. But no, the shoes were just part of the ghost outfit. However, because she passed the test earlier, fake Coda still has the blue energem. Coda confronts her and, using a really cool dual kick, knocks the blue energem loose. Memorella turns into a bat and escapes, but the Rangers can't have that because she knows where the base is now. They chase after her, and in a classic clip show battle so short that Tyler literally says it's going to be a short battle, Ivan has Shelby use the Dino Cupid Charger. She uses it to make the Vivix fall in love with Memorella, tackling her. Ivan then finishes her with the lightning final strike.
Magna Beam!
Ivan forms the Terra Charge Megazord and then asks Tyler to summon the Pachazord. Oh, yeah, of course, the Pachazord. That's good battlefield strategy, Ivan. Well done. By the way, what? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, this is the 21st episode of Dino Charge, not the 15th. So, meet the Pachycephalosaurus Zord, powered by a Gray Charger number 8. I did mention that something very significant is getting ready to happen, and here is a Zord-sized hint. Anyway, they form the Terra Charge Megazord P.A.C.A formation and use the Wrecking Ball Final Strike to take out Memorella. So I guess the Rangers, wait for it, came in like a wrecking ball. Humor to wrap up the episode. Back up on Sledge's ship, he's accusing Duplicon of focusing more on having fun instead of getting the Energems. Duplicon flatly denies this, and then Curio shows back up on the ship with a shuttle full of candy. Duplicon is going back to his cell, and Sledge is getting his 20,000 space bullion bounty. I wonder what the space bullion to Xanabatar exchange rate is. Back in the cafe, the Cupid charger seems to be jammed in Shelby's morpher. As Tyler tries to help, he asks her why the lie detector said she lied about wanting to get the Terror Charger. Why did she dress up as the princess then? Before Shelby can stammer out an answer, the morpher misfires and hits Chase. They all duck to avoid being the subject of his love interest, but of course he grabs a mirror, falling even further in love with himself. If you go trick-or-treating at a dinosaur museum, do they give you fossils? Episode 21, The Ghostest with the Mostest. Pros, good premise for a clip show, clever misdirection in the writing, and they actually brought back a monster for the story and original footage. Cons, the fact that it was a clip show was a little disappointing. It makes even less sense why this aired 2 weeks early now. The ghost costumes were a cheap way to have the identity mystery. And we see a Zord we haven't even been introduced to yet. A nice holiday special, but not a wower. The Ghostest with the Mostest gets 3.5 ghostly fossils out of 5. For a clip show, this was a very original episode. It used very little Sentai footage, and as I said, bringing back Duplicon and original footage for the story was incredibly creative. The misdirection in the writing really did have me thinking that Shelby was the fake, and her actual reasons for lying were very good and served the ongoing plot. However, it was still a clip show, and this episode actually lost a lot based on what I believe to be Nickelodeon's interference. The fact that this episode aired on Saturday doesn't seem to be so incidental anymore. Nick actually aired Halloween content all day Saturday, leading up to a Halloween party that night. I guess they figure that kids and families are going to be trick-or-treating on Halloween, but all day with the episode airing at 1 o'clock? But unfortunately, it led to a gigantic continuity error as we haven't been introduced to the Pachycephalosaurus Zord yet, and now we've seen it. It just really doesn't make any sense to me. I find myself wondering now if the problem is actually not episode 15, but episode 16. You see, if this episode had aired on Halloween, we would have gotten episode 15, Rise of a Ranger, this week. But next Saturday is the 24th, not Halloween, so we would have gotten episode 16 any way you slice it. Maybe something happens in any way you slice it that isn't reflected in this episode, but I don't even really know if that matters. We've gotten why didn't they use that or whatever moments before. But I think the benefit of airing this episode for the first time on Halloween would have been a lot higher. Well, anyway, now we've got a week to slip in a little bit of plot before someone changes something in the Matrix and we get this episode again on Halloween. So, what's going to be happening in the next episode? Well, we just might see the rise of a Ranger. Prince Philip discovers money cannot buy the respect of an Energem when he embarks on his own quest to become a Power Ranger. Well, geez, money can't buy you happiness. Money can't buy me love. Silver and gold won't buy you a home. Man, maybe I should grab a lead pencil and write some of these notes down. But for now, that's going to do it for another Power Rangers Dino Charge episode review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to click the like button right down below the video to let me know that you liked it. Subscribe to the channel to see my reviews every Monday. And leave some comments down below and let me know what you thought of this episode. Once again, make sure to check your YouTube settings to make sure that I can reply, because I love talking with you guys. And until next time, may the power protect you! Happy Halloween, Rangers! Well, not yet, but welcome to another Power Rangers Dino Charge episode review. Just another ordinary All 6 Rangers are dressed as ghosts. Chase made his own costume and loved it so much that he made one for all of them as well. How convenient. That was not convenient. I swear, you're all demons covered in fur. As one of the Rangers goes to get a cup of water, Memorella zaps them. But you want to be up here and you can't be. You have to stop there, okay? Lay down. You can lay down there. You can lay down on the box. Don't get near the camera. Koda raises an eyebrow when he asks why that chiming noise went off. Koda, the flashing lights. Chase also arouses suspicion. Chase also arouses suspicion when he acts like a goofball. And Cat!
Yes, the reviewing energy is almost perfect. My time has nearly come.
Strike 2, as Riley points out that she hated the outfit. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, it would stand to reason that Kendall could have just asked all of the Rangers if they were who they said they were, and it should have been able to tell that they were lying about that. But anyway. Split take. Funny little side note. I actually had Koda pegged as the fake, but for the wrong reason. Some preview episode... see what happens when I ad-lib? However, it was a clip show, and besides that, this episode lost a lot for what I really think is actually Nick's interference. The fact that this episode aired... However, it was still a clip show, and this episode... Well, geez, money can't buy you happiness, money can't buy me love, silver and gold won't buy you a home, money is the root of all evil, 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, dollar, all for the Gators, stand up and holler. Tough loss tonight, by the way. Magna. What?